we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get ready to get the show started. We got a lot of stuff to cover, and since obviously yesterday was MLK Day, let's get it started. Howie Bell in the building. Howie, how you doing, sir?
What's up? What's up, good brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, bro. You know,
I know that. I know that's right.
I'm feeling good. Let me bring in Mo. Mo, we got stuff to talk about. Mo too. Mo, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, fellas. How y'all doing?
What's up, brother?
You doing all right? Let me bring the Detroit basketball himself. There we go with that.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing,
what
DJ?
Up, what up, though?
Man,
for somebody who lose all that money, you sure got a lot of money for apparel.
Don't leave him alone. Leave him alone. My man Jay's in the building too. Jason Hayes, the filmmaker. How you doing, Jay? How's everything, bro?
What's up, fellas? Good to see y'all the day after the Martin Luther King Day.
Yep. That's great to talk about that too. We got, man, we got so much to talk about, man. And yesterday was a great MLK Day for me. I hope it was for all of y'all. So let's get ready to dive in, man, because, I want to dive in and so much stuff to cover. Howie Bell, as usual, you up first, Howie Bell. So let me put it down here. Let me put it up here. Miami played Indiana. Great game last night, college football championship game. Miami had tons of top 5 recruits. Indiana had none. The quarterback literally tried out for Miami. Well, not say tried out. He asked to be, get on the team and everything else, and he was ceremoniously denied. And then he comes back on Indiana and takes him and win in a great game last night. Howard, talk to me, man. Tell me what you thought about this game, Miami versus Indiana, which I read about not even 15 minutes ago. Said it was really, really, really watched. A lot of people watched this game last night. They tuned in. What's your take, Howie Bell?
I thought it was a hell of a game. I like Miami, but I knew Indiana was going to do it, man. That defense is monstrous. Miami's defense is incredible, too. That was a damn good game. But I got to say, man, that quarterback, he grew up in Miami, too, I think. Or not far from there.
He's from Miami.
Yeah, so, for him to come back, like you said, get denied, then come back and then win in his home, that was big for him, man. He was so happy, he couldn't even barely speak after the game. He was talking so fast. I mean, his post-game interview, and I just, right there, on the field, I loved every second of it, man. I love the coach. I love what he said at the end, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kept saying, I'm going to drink a beer, brother. I was loving all of that about them, man. It's a new day in not basketball, but football. Brand new day, man. No more SEC domination. You know what I'm saying? You got Big Ten in there now. So that's pretty damn good, I must say, if I can give my, broad opinion of what happened yesterday.
Let me get Mo. This is one of them things where the Bible parable says, last shall be first, the first shall be last. It's one of those things. And, it's really one of those things, too, Mo, where, somebody's not wanted, comes back and put the stomp in you. What was your take on this Miami versus Indiana college football game, Mo?
Well, I was riding with Miami all the way. I was riding with Miami all their games. But, and I didn't get to see the whole game, but when I woke up this morning, I got to see whatever clips it was. I watched about the first quarter and a half. Mm-hmm. And listen, I knew Indiana was tough. Indiana been smacking people around. When they played in Atlanta, when they played the Ducks, first of all, it didn't look like nobody from Oregon came to the game. The whole game was red. I think it was more people from Indiana that was at that game than it was people from Miami that was at Hard Rock Stadium. I'm dead serious. Indiana is tough, man. I miss it, but I still like Miami. I just want to know what was Michael Irvin doing.
8 balls?
Yeah.
He looked wild as, I don't know.
Yeah, he was wilding. He was wilding. Let me ask D Jones. Miami was coming back. Miami did have the ball with like a minute and 25 seconds left to go in the game. Was you concerned in any way, thinking that they were getting ready to come back and have one of the biggest upsets, or you just knew Indiana was gonna hold them out? What do you think, D Jones?
I gotta be honest with you guys. I was at the Pistons game watching them destroy the Celtics. So
here we go. Stop lying, bro. Stop lying.
No, I didn't see a lick of it.
No, I'm talking about the lie. Talking about you saw the Pistons destroy the Celtics. The Pistons.
No, it was bad. It was bad. It was great. This is my take though. It was winners and losers. The losing side was winners because I told y'all last week if Miami won, Michael Irvin would have overdosed there. Yeah. So that's good. and the
That's a
winner
win.
and the winner is a loser because that boy gonna get drafted to either the Raiders or the Jets.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be all bad. This gonna be his best game of his life. So
You know what? I think you're right. I think the Raiders got the first round draft pick. I got to
Yeah.
They got the first. All right, so that brings me to you, Jay. You know, you the college football aficionado. You definitely the college football pro amongst all of us. So let me ask you: was you concerned by any chance, or maybe you was happy because you would have been rooting for Miami at the end of the day when they were coming down, minute 25 seconds left to go in the game? Was you concerned that they were going to slip up and steal that game? What's your take, Jay?
Well, first off, I need the world to know that I'm wearing this hoodie because it's about 7 goddamn degrees up here in New York City.
Yeah.
But as the resident Floridian, and you know, Florida is known as the Big Three. You're either a Florida State fan, a Florida fan, or a Miami fan. I'm a Florida State fan. So I don't give a piss about Miami. I was rooting for them to get their ass beat last night.
Okay.
Okay. I was mad because Indiana didn't beat them by 30. But the fact that Indiana kept playing the way they played, I was like, Miami can't beat them boys. Because it was apparent from the start they were a better coach team. They were the more disciplined team. Actually, Miami played one of the best games I've ever seen them play in terms of being disciplined.
Right.
So that's why I think the game was as close as it was. But nah, man, I don't give a damn about Miami, man. I mean, my only concern was that they didn't lose by like 5 touchdowns in their own building.
Well, I gotta say, Jay, I ain't gonna lie. I literally thought Miami was gonna come steal that game. With a minute 25 second, they was coming marching down the field. I literally said, Miami about to come steal this game.
I don't know how you thought that with that defense, man. Listen, dog.
The defense is good.
It was too good. I just knew they weren't gonna do it. But let me say this though: Miami played a hell of a disciplined game all the way up until the end of the game. After the whistle blew, my man tried to fight the other player from the other team.
Fletcher.
I thought that was horrible. That was like one of the worst.
Yeah.
But that was terrible, bro.
But Howie, I'm gonna tell you how that happened. A lot of those Indiana kids were from Florida.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were from Miami.
Yep.
So they grew up, you know, like for instance, Mendoza, his dad played high school football with Mario Cristobal, the head coach of Miami.
Okay.
And Miami wouldn't even give him a walk-on. He had to go to Cal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? No school in the state of Florida recruited Mendoza. Nobody wanted him.
Right.
He went to Cal for 2 years. He landed in Indiana this year, had the best year of his career. So them boys was talking cash shit to Miami last night. Believe me, because they all got passed over by the University of Miami.
And you cannot forget that Mendoza won the Heisman too. You know what I mean?
He did. He won the Heisman and national championship.
Yeah, Heisman and national championship in the same season.
Yeah.
That boy is definitely waiting. The Raiders definitely waiting for him to get up.
All right.
You know what I mean? You know they're happy and excited and all that too. How are you up first for the next thing, bro? You know we got to talk about the Bills and the Broncos game, Howie Bell, because there was so much that happened in this Bills-Broncos game. Let's first talk about Josh Allen and the 5 turnovers, and let's also talk about how literally the Bills looked in that game. What was your takeaway? Because I'm gonna tell y'all my takeaway from this Bills versus Broncos game in review. What was your takeaway, Howie Bell?
I know one thing: they was popping that boy and making him fumble. Like I couldn't believe they was on Josh Allen's ass like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they was destroying him. Now, you know, he had some interceptions, but we got the controversial one, of course.
Right.
But you know, I say, man, it was just too much for him. It was too much, man. That's why they fired the coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's too much, man. They got the curse on them like they did back when Kelly was the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just think it's time for Josh Allen to get out of there. If he stay another year, oh well, that's on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what his contract looks like. I think it's this the 5th year option or something coming up for him or something like that. I think. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure. But hey, you know what I'm saying? The game was hella. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a game. Now we're moving on. The quarterback situation with Denver, we got to think everybody gonna see what that's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But you know, of course, against the Patriots. But I tell you this, you know, Denver's defense is good, man, and they showed it. You know what I'm saying? They showed it. They slapped that boy around, man.
They sure did. Denver's defense did show a lot of promise right there. And Mo, it looked like a lot of people overlooked the Broncos defense, man, because they basically shut down Josh Allen, which a lot of people didn't think was going to be. And I'm one of them. Didn't think it was going to be.
I don't know how. They're number one defense all year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I didn't think so. I thought Josh Allen was going to come through. But Mo, what was your take, man? What's your Bills versus Broncos in review take? What was your take, Mo?
I think a lot of people overlook that Denver defense because they're not sold on the Denver quarterback.
Mm.
That's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I know the defense is tough, but we're not sold on the quarterback. So we like, can the defense really pull it off? And the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They pulled it off. You know what I'm saying? They beat that boy, man. Listen. He tried to get an inch. He couldn't get nothing. They whooped on him and pounded on him. Listen.
I think he might have fumbled himself like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Listen, I thought he owed somebody some money on the other side. We
All
didn't
right,
beat a boy him.
D. Jones, what was your take on this Bills versus Broncos game in review?
I want to thank Jay's team because they really donkey stumped Josh Allen the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was kind of affecting him this past weekend, plus that he was going against the number one defense. And even at some of the decisions the coaches made, like at the end of the half, why are you even trying to go for it? And he runs and fumbles the ball, gives Denver more points. Like, I ain't never seen Josh do that. Then the controversial interception, that was an interception. I don't care what nobody says. That was an interception. And Denver was
Here we go.
Denver was all over the place, man. I want to thank the Jags again for beating up Josh Allen because now we get to face Jarrett Stidham next week, and I like our chances, even though that defense is capable of winning. But I'll take our chances with Jarrett Stidham.
If Stidham, hey man, listen, if Stidham beat the Patriots,
that's what everybody at work.
Hey, I don't want to see you or Frank. It's gonna be me, White Chocolate, Mo, and Jay doing the show.
It won't be him that beat us, though.
You let Stidham win.
If we lose, it's that defense. It won't be him. Now, if he put up 300 yards, you're right. I won't be here.
I don't give a damn if he only put up 100 yards. If y'all let this man come off the bench and beat the man, that might be the most embarrassing loss ever.
That's worse than almost having a perfect season.
Y'all keep that hater hope alive. I appreciate that. Y'all keep that hater hope alive. Jay, it's your turn, man. Give me your thoughts on this Bills versus Broncos game review. Talk to me about literally the turnovers that Josh
Allen praying for our downfall. He praying for our downfall.
And Jay,
please, Lord.
Yeah, he is praying for the devil.
Have Stidham channel his inner Nick Foles, and drag these boys. Hey, listen, man. I told y'all last week after Jacksonville lost, I was like, I think Buffalo lost that game even though they won.
Yeah.
Because Jacksonville knocked out Gabe Davis. And the reason why Josh, was holding the ball so long because he had no wide receivers that could really get open because Jacksonville beat the hell out them dudes, man. They couldn't play the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So they had, and that defense was down. You know what I mean? And listen, Sean Payton is one of the greatest play callers ever. So he's going to have a game plan to get something out of his offense against your defense. The difference was that Buffalo just didn't have all their players. Now, we'll say they ran the ball better than I expected them to because Cook couldn't get nothing against Jacksonville, when they ran against them. So I thought Denver would have been better against the run. And honestly, I think Cook was the only reason why they were even counted in the game. Because if Denver had stopped the run the way Jacksonville did the week before, Denver would have blown Buffalo out of the stadium.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. But now, Howie Bell, we got to talk about Sean McDermott literally being fired literally after the game, 24 hours after the game. And my question that I wanted to ask all of y'all was, do you think that firing was the right thing to do for the Buffalo Bills organization? So not only did they fire Sean McDermott, they also promoted their GM, if I can remember correctly. So
Now, that doesn't make sense.
yeah, I'm still at a total loss for that. I couldn't believe that when I saw that. And I couldn't believe Sean McDermott got fired because his game plan was solid, but they didn't have the players to me. You know what I mean? They didn't, what's his name? Bill Parcells said a great thing. You got to give him, how do you cook something? You got to have the groceries to cook. You know, something along the lines of that. You know what I mean? You got to have the players to play. And Josh Allen didn't have the players to play. 24 hours after that, Sean McDermott gets fired. How you feeling about that, Howie Bell? Make sense to you?
Well, Josh Allen ain't did a lot of shit for a few years. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit keeps adding up. The NFL, not for long. I'm sorry, man. Somebody got to go. You know what I'm saying? They lost it. Listen, bro. The Bills can't keep going the same way. Now, what was suspect is him going from GM to president of operations. You know what I'm saying? So that was suspect. So that's kind of weird. That's wild. So there's something in there with that. But something had to do something. Now, they should have probably waited a little bit, longer than right after the game. They just cut him like out of emotion. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you got to get out of here. So I just think that, they may have made a hasty move, but at the same time, something had to give. The well was broken, man. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to say this out there to all of y'all. If I'm the Buffalo Bills ownership, I fire the GM. I get a new GM in there, and I make it my thing to say we got to trade for A.J. Brown because A.J. Brown is literally getting ready to get up out of Philly. Philly's in turmoil right now. I say, you know what? We got to get Josh Allen a number one because Josh Allen hasn't really had a number one or number two wide receiver. If Brandon Cooks is your number one wide receiver and you're trying to build with Josh Allen and Brandon Cooks is your guy, the GM need to be one fired to me, Howie Bell. That's the way
that could be true, but shit, they need somebody apparently to block. You know what I'm saying? They need offensive linemen or two.
Yeah, but he can't hold the ball that long either. Because honestly, you're supposed to hold the ball.
Dudes can't get open.
Guys can't get open. You can't hold the ball that long. It's just a lot of things. But it starts with the number one wide receiver. If you got a number one wide receiver, the offensive line looks better because the QB's getting rid of the ball faster. We all know this. But if the QB's holding the ball for 5 seconds, eventually, I don't care how good you are, you're going to get sacked. You're going to get,
Well, I don't know that guy's name. His name right now, who was the GM, who is now the president of football operation. I keep trying to say basketball football operations. But I don't think he's gonna get fired. I don't think they're gonna let him go.
He got promoted.
He got promoted. So I don't think that's gonna be an option at all. And hey, man, it is what it is. So the bill. If I was Josh Allen, I'd be ready. If I was Josh Allen.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Brandon Beane's his name. Mo, tell me what your thoughts are on Sean.
I'm sorry, man. I was just gonna say if I was Josh Allen, I'd be ready to
go. Mo, what's your thoughts?
I'm close to what Howie was saying. My only thing is this: are they done?
What do you mean?
Who else might be going on the chopping block? You know what I'm saying? Is Josh Allen going to be on the chopping block? Because hey, you don't know. You never know what might team pull. You say no. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's seen Luka going to the Lakers.
Yeah, but football's entirely different.
Football and basketball and baseball is still power moves that are made that people don't see coming when teams want to start rebuilding, reshaping. I'm not saying it might be Josh Allen, but still, who else has done? I don't know. I was surprised about it. Listen, I was surprised about it because, a lot of that wasn't his fault. Like they said, Buffalo got beat up the game before. Wasn't nobody out there. Shit, they gave me a call and see if I want to run a play or two.
It's funny you said that because there's a lot of bold predictions that was posted by ESPN that I saw today. None of them was about Josh Allen. A lot of them was about Lamar Jackson and A.J. Brown. And I'm going to circle back to that again.
But wait. I want to say this too. And I want to say this. I hope White Chocolate is listening. This might be some of the best script writing they got in the NFL this year. You know what I'm saying? For him to get fired, the only thing better than that is Tariq and Tommy getting back on power.
Yeah. There you go. Let me talk to D. Jones. D. Jones. Sean McDermott gets fired. The GM gets promoted. Makes sense to you, bro? What's your thoughts on all this?
So I'm going to give y'all the stat that I heard the other day. First of all, so Sean McDermott was their coach from 2017 to 2025 season. Now watch this stat right here. Be a statistician right now. There has never been a coach and quarterback combination that been together for more than 5 years, and if they haven't won the Super Bowl, they never won a Super Bowl. So it was time. So the stat is, if your coach and your quarterback been together 5 years, y'all ain't won, it's never happened. So it was time.
So you look at it from the point of being that statistically speaking, the ownership said the stats don't lie, the numbers don't lie. It's time to move on. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, okay, I see where you're coming at. Jay, let me ask you, Jay. Did it make sense to you that Sean McDermott got fired and the GM Brandon Beane got promoted, or do you see through that? What's your thoughts?
I mean, it didn't make sense to me on the surface, man. But I didn't play football, so I always defer to people that did, and especially like athletes. And so like a lot of the athlete, the podcasts that I watch, former athletes, like dudes who are really good, a lot of them said he had to go, right? Because they felt like, not that he was bad at his job, they just felt like he had taken them as far as he could take them, and that, they weren't going to be able to get past those other people. Now think about it. This year, man, Mahomes was out the way. Lamar was out the way. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow was out the way, and he still couldn't get it done. He lost to Bo Nix. Come on, man. I mean, so if you keep getting to that point, or even, like to the championship game, and you keep losing year after year, I saw the stat. McDermott and Josh Allen are 8-8 in the playoffs.
Yep, that's the stat I saw too.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, I can't say that he should have been fired, but I can't say he shouldn't have.
All right. I will say this, in my humble opinion, I thought he should have been fired midway through the season. It looked like the Bills weren't going to make the playoffs. I thought, and I said it on this show several times, I think he needed to be fired. But, as they made the playoffs, I was like, okay, maybe they might get there. You know what I mean? But
they won 11 games, though.
I know. Listen, I know. All right, Howie Belt, we got to move on to the next game, and we got to talk about the Texans versus the Patriots. There's a lot of stuff to unpack here. I want your thoughts and your game in review with the Texans defense and the Texans offense versus the Patriots and how they look. Tell me what your first initial takeaways was from that game, Howie Bell.
Oh my God, CJ Stroud.
Oh my God.
Lord have mercy. I gave him way more credit than that. I didn't think he was gonna go out there and look like he was a high school quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has looked absolutely shook. It was like he couldn't do nothing. So it was from the offensive standpoint. They did, he'd make a one pass here and it just looked terrible. I mean, it was just bad. It was just horrible. The Patriots, on the other hand, I was impressed with the Patriots because they showed up, man. They played with a lot of energy and they kept it going, man. The Patriots looked damn good. You know what I'm saying? So kudos, man, and hats off to the Patriots. I hate Bo Nix ain't playing. But if that backup quarterback listen,
he throw 300 on them boys.
I don't care if he dropped 62 yards. If they win that damn game, that is going to be a travesty. But I'm loving what I see, and look like the Patriots are on their way back to the Super Bowl, though.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just pause for a second and say, are y'all talking about? Are we getting ready to bet jerseys again? What jerseys? Is that what we talk about? Because you and Jay, is that what we doing? How?
Well, I would say this. I wish I fucking would bet on another team other than the Lions.
Right. But I'm like, I don't bet on other teams.
I would never bet on another team to wear another team's jersey outside of it. You know what I'm saying? So let me just say that.
Hilarious. Mo, what's your takeaway, man, from the Texas versus Patriots review, man? And talk to me about, moving forward. How the Texans move forward?
Moving forward, in honor of CJ Stroud and everybody out in Houston, when this show is over, I'm going to the Stop and Shop and buy me 2 apple turnovers. About 5 turnovers. Actually, about 5 turnovers.
No, you have six of them.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, because that's where he was yesterday, a whole bunch of turnovers. And like how he said, he was shook, man.
He was.
And it's funny, he said it, because I was saying it at work today. I was telling everybody, look like y'all going to the Super Bowl, because if y'all let Stidham come back and beat y'all, That's a damn shame. One dude didn't even know Stidham played for the Patriots. He's like, he played for us? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So, y'all, I mean, listen, it just happened in Miami.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
It just happened last night. Came back and bit them in the ass. So it can happen.
D. Jones, talk to me. What's your thoughts on the Texans versus Patriots game in review? What's your takeaways?
Everybody talking about how bad CJ Stroud was, and he was bad. But y'all mentioned that y'all was overlooking Denver's defense. The Patriots got defense, okay?
They do. I give it.
And they haven't played like this all season. They seem like they turned up during the playoffs, and they got a little healthier. And Howie, you know this, Carlton Davis is Mr. Glass. He actually showed up, which was I was shocked because he always hurt. Hey, we got shutdown corners, safeties. The pass rush looking good. The sky's the limit. The thing about the Texans, though, they still almost won, even though CJ Stroud looked like one of the replacements. That Texans defense, man, we could not stop their pass rush. Anderson and Hunter they wasn't even blitzing. So we was fortunate to get that win. And then Drake threw like one of the prettiest passes I seen, like that to my guy Booty catching it everywhere. So shout out to them. Shout out to Diggs. That Diggs catch was remarkable as well. Like to catch it and not even hit the ground, that was sick. So they made some big plays when they needed to. We got another big test, but hey, they pulled it off. We all we got, we all we need. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna circle back to that thought that you said there. Let me just ask Jay. Jay, what's your thoughts on the takeaways from the Texans versus Patriots, and how did the Texans move forward?
Two things. One, it was a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Listen, we should have showed up to that stadium with a truckload of coal and stuck some up CJ Stroud's bunghole and made some diamonds, because that boy asshole was tight as hell during that game, bro.
Man.
He'd have made us all rich, because he was playing scared to death out there.
Yeah.
Right? And honestly, I don't know how he can look at that defense in the face and, and say anything, man, because he is the reason they lost.
Yep.
Because don't sleep, man. Drake turned that thing over too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He had fumbles. He had INTs. Drake looked bad out there too. He just looked good by comparison to Stroud. Stroud was so bad, bro. And listen, y'all caught a lick. Y'all caught a dome team from Houston, Texas, in one of the worst days for weather and playing ball ever.
Yeah.
And because everybody was turning the ball over. I mean, that ball was going everywhere, man. And they had a quarterback who was scared to death, man. So Denver plays in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they coming in statistically, they're a better defense than Houston.
Yeah.
Their corners, Surtain, their corners are just as good. That D-line, I don't know that D-line is good, but they're good. And y'all got some work to do, man.
Okay. Let me just pause for a second before we jump into the NFC, because we talked about the AFC side of things. I saw this morning, Howie Bell, I saw a bold take this morning about Lamar Jackson getting traded to the Raiders. And I want to give you my bold take.
Oh, God.
I want to give you my bold take, because I was like, if the Baltimore Ravens come in and with the new coach and everything else, and he wants to make a trade and everything else, because the ESPN reporter, y'all see the article, they had bold takes up there. I was like, if I'm them and I'm Houston, my bold take would be I would trade Lamar Jackson literally to the Houston Texans. That would make better sense than Lamar Jackson going to the Raiders to me. You know what I mean? That's my bold take. I want to throw it out there just to see what y'all thought about that, because ultimately this guy made a great point about Baltimore possibly moving on from this type of quarterback. They might want a better type of quarterback. And I was like, okay, I understand his points. What's your take on that, Howie Bell?
I don't see if Lamar Jackson left, I don't see him going to, to Texas. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Because they got CJ Stroud. I mean, that guy's still young, man. 24, 25 years old.
That's why I
I
think
mean-
this trade would make sense because they both are in the same age range. You know what I mean? And you could work better on a new coach might be able to fix up CJ.
I don't see that. But he could go to another team though. Now I don't see him going to the Raiders at all. The Raiders are going to get that number. They gonna get that number 1 pick. But if he left the Ravens, it's a lot of places he could go. You know what I'm saying, and be productive. You know what I'm saying. But I just don't think that Houston would be the place. You know what I'm saying, for him to go. That's all. On that tape. You know.
So Mo, my bold take is Lamar Jackson is literally could possibly get traded. It makes a lot of sense what the person said. I think if he's going to get traded, it makes the most sense for him to land on Houston. Houston got a great defense. They need some things. Houston got some picks they could move around. They would offer up CJ Stroud. It makes some sense to some degree. Do you agree with that bold take or not?
This is some bullshit.
Straight up.
I said this a few weeks back, and everybody on this panel talked about me like I was the kid that went to the store with the food stamps.
You got to be a little
younger. Y'all laughed at me. I just said this a few weeks ago, literally. I think I said it twice.
Said what? You got to be more specific, Bo. What'd you say? What?
I said that Baltimore need to trade Lamar Jackson. And y'all laughed at me. Y'all talk trash. Y'all
I'm still laughing.
Old girl in what's that with the dragons and all that? Shame.
Okay, but
where
you see him getting traded to?
I didn't say where to, but I said Baltimore need to trade him because they'll get more for him. I don't know if Las Vegas has enough to give them what they should get.
They don't, but guess who does?
I don't know if Houston has it. I don't see it with Houston either. Because CJ Stroud had a bad game, not a bad season.
Houston has enough to make a trade, and they have CJ Stroud. That's why I said that's my
Baltimore. But here's the thing about it: CJ Stroud hasn't been through what Lamar has been through in Baltimore. He's still fairly new there. He just had, just 2 years ago, this kid was the second coming of Tom Brady. They were saying Joe Montana. So it's not like he's been there as long as Lamar has been in Baltimore. So no, I don't see him going to Houston.
Okay.
But whoever has the real estate to mortgage to get him, I said this a few weeks ago.
All right. Okay, Mo, we know you said it like that. You said that. Okay, so D Jones, you heard my bold take. I think he could go get traded to Houston. Lamar Jackson, there's a lot of conversations. There's a lot of conversations in the NFL right now about Lamar Jackson and my man from Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to talk about that in a bit too. What's your take on it? You think my bold take's crazy, or you think Lamar Jackson's not going to get traded? Like, where's your thought process when you hear this?
It's not crazy, but the Raiders kind of make sense to me. Hey, give me your first round pick this year, which is the number 1 pick, which is that quarterback. Give me your number 1 pick next year and Max Crosby. I might do it.
All right. Okay. I like what you're talking about with that. Let me see what Jay. We crazy over here for talking this, or what's your take?
Y'all crazy as hell. All of you. And I would, and so I'm like, who the hell would say that? So I Googled it and I see it's Jeremy Fowler, right?
Yep.
And this is when I point. This is when I point out the inherent racism in media.
Yeah.
Right? You tell me ever the 2-time MVP should have been 3-time MVP as recently as last year, who has won 70% of his starts, 76 games out of 107 starts in the playoffs every year, that they would have a bold take to say they should trade this white quarterback because a new head coach is coming in. Who would ever have that take? It's the same take as I wouldn't hire Mike Tomlin, even though he had 19 seasons as a head coach and never had a losing season. It's absolutely asinine. Like, why would Baltimore trade away the best player they have? There is nobody in the Ravens uniform that's better than Lamar Jackson. Nobody.
And let's not forget, it's probably one of the best players in the league for the last 4.5, 5 years. That's not
Probably he is.
Yeah, let's not
You
forget
can
that.
argue he has been the best player in the league over the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Like straight up. So who would advise a team who was in the business of selling diamonds to trade away all their diamonds? Come on, bro. I mean, it's just an asinine take, bro.
Listen,
Hold on. Wait. I don't think it's that crazy. Only because when you run as much as he do and get hurt as much as he does, it's not crazy if I get that number 1 pick in Max Crosby.
But this is what I want.
Crazy. If
You bring in a new coach and a new scheme.
If
Listen,
you look at running, he's gonna keep running. Once they get to 30, these running quarterbacks, they body shut down. He take too many hits. Cam Newton was way bigger, and he shut down as soon as he turned 30.
Let me just say this.
It ain't that. Give me Max Crosby and 2 picks.
Let me say this.
hell no. Listen, you'll be unemployed in 2
Let me
years.
say this.
Baltimore, he might be the best, but Baltimore would get more now than they ever will if he goes like D said. If he goes further in his career, they won't get what they'll get now.
When sports,
what percentage of picks bust, bro? You know what Lamar is.
Something, and sports writers put something out in the atmosphere. I'm never shocked about things that happen in the results of this, because all it takes, if White Chocolate can co-sign this, when the sports writers get behind something, no matter where you are, what you're doing, everything, when 2 or 3 of them start to talk about these things like that and everything else, it always usually happens, and that's a factual. You know what I mean? But it definitely happens in Boston, and it definitely happens in New York. You know what I mean? And we all know this. So if one sports writer is up there saying, and he got all these other writers up there saying Lamar Jackson might get traded with the new scheme and everything else, and they start that ball rolling, I just think that it's a possibility. I don't think they should.
It don't make it less dumb, bro. Listen,
that's what I said. I don't think they should.
It don't make it less dumb. Like I said, who would hire a coach? Who would hire a coach?
Don't be surprised if it happens.
To come in and run a scheme completely opposite the talent you have on your roster. That is fucking stupid.
I think it is too. I'm not. I think it's 100% idiotic. But don't be surprised if it happens. And I said the same thing about Luka getting traded from the Dallas Mavericks. I said the same thing about. You just go down the list of all the big trades and everything.
Listen,
big names. It happens.
I'll tell you one that happened here in Boston. I remember it, and Frank co-signed it. The Red Sox traded Nomar Garciaparra and won the World Series the next year, and he was the best player on the team.
Can I ask
best
a question?
player on the team.
Can I ask a question?
He was the damn near out of all the shortstops. He was in the top 3.
Go ahead,
He was the best player in the league.
Go ahead.
Quick question, and I'm not comparing.
They didn't trade Barry Bonds.
I'm not comparing these 2 quarterbacks. But Howie, would you trade Jared Goff for the number 1 pick and Max Crosby?
Yes. Right now.
Jared Goff ain't Lamar.
I understand.
Jared
He's
Goff
not.
ain't
He's
Lamar.
not Lamar though.
He ain't Lamar.
But yes. But the reason, my reasons wouldn't be. But my reasons would be because we need a mobile quarterback or somebody that's not. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely trade for the number 1 pick. This guy coming out of Indiana is mobile, bro. He scored running in the game winner. You feel me? No, this guy is good. So I would trade him.
No, man.
Baltimore has won 2 Super Bowls with the worst quarterbacks they could find. They don't give a damn.
That's over with, man. You need a quarterback now.
Their organization is an organization.
That's over with. You ain't winning like that no more.
And that was all defense.
You ain't winning like that no more.
They go back to what they know. Defense wins rings, and no matter what sport you're in.
And they ain't got that. They ain't got no damn defense.
Let me throw this out there too. Don't be surprised if Joe Burrow gets traded, Lamar Jackson gets traded, and maybe one more other, high-profile quarterback. Because this is my reasoning why, is because the coaches who have been on teams or the shorter span and have more success, they're getting the opportunity to do things and make some kind of crazy moves. Because look what happened in Seattle. Like, nobody saw Sam Darnold going to Seattle being that successful.
And Baltimore don't want to spend that money.
Yeah, that's true too. You got that situation too. But I'm looking at the time. I want to talk about some of these NFC games too. So Howie Bell, you going first, man. I want to move this along. Howie, we got to talk about the 49ers now and the Seahawks. And I will say this: the Seahawks all weekend long, out of all the games I watched, the Seahawks look like the best damn team in the league right now. You know what I mean? They really do. They really do. Yeah. So talk to me about the Seahawks and 49ers, Howie. What's your takeaway from that?
And the 49ers look like they didn't even damn belong in the damn game. I mean, did they get a touchdown? You know what I'm saying?
No, they didn't.
They just got 2 field goals.
Yeah, that was it.
So I mean, they looked absolutely horrible. You know, they didn't look like they belonged in the same game at all. They look outclassed, outplayed, and outcoached, man. And you know, so I'd say that. Now, but to Seattle's credit, they look damn good. And I don't know if Denver or the Patriots can beat Seattle. I don't know. I don't think the Rams are going to beat Seattle, is what I'm saying. So I think the Rams kind of they show resilience and they won that Chicago game, but Chicago could have won that game too. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But what I'm saying is, I just think Seattle just looked too tough. You know what I'm saying? They just look. Oh, but you know what? In all fairness, at this stage, everybody's defense looks good though. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking good right now. So it's just a matter of who makes mistakes and who capitalizes off of them. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now in the season. So, but Seattle looked absolutely incredible. I was impressed.
Okay, so let me ask Mo. Mo, what was your takeaway from the 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks game in review? What's your takeaway, Mo?
Well, Seattle stopped the mud hole in San Francisco. I mean, they just totally. It was a complete disrespect. But as we know, man, game to game is different. You know, now they got to go up against the Rams. And what the Rams did last week don't matter no more. It's all about the next game. Right. So who's going to be more prepared? Like Howard said, who's going to be more prepared? Who's going to make the less mistakes?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to come down to. I mean, yeah, Seattle looked like potential. They look like the forerunner to win the Super Bowl. But they ain't, you know, but it ain't there yet. They got to get through the Rams. We got to see what happens. The Rams are still the Rams.
And they look good.
They ain't no easy win, Cletus.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me see what D. Jones take. D. Jones, what was your take on this Rams and Seahawks? The Seahawks and 49ers game. What's your take on
that? I'm gonna give y'all 4 words why they won this past game, and I'm gonna give you 4 words why they won't win the Super Bowl. 4 words why they won. Michigan State, Kenneth Walker. That's why they won. He was running the ball.
He ran that rock.
They could not stop him. I'm gonna give you 4 words why they won't win the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold, Negro, please. That's my take.
Let me see what Jay's talking about. Jay, what's your take?
Oh man. Listen, man, like I knew the Niners were over with from the opening kickoff.
Yeah, I did too.
Because look, all the time, like Seattle is a tough place to play, man. That crowd is bananas up there. So when dude ran that kickoff back, first off, that's the first kickoff return I remember seeing, since the new format.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a kickoff run back like that. And the way he ran it.
Marcus Jones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, but the energy they played with, the rowdiness of the crowd, and Shanahan's a really good coach, man, but I think it's more the injuries caught up to the 49ers. They ran into a buzzsaw, plus they were injured and not at full throttle, and I told you I don't believe in Purdy. You know what I'm saying? To me, Bo Nix is Brock Purdy that somebody going to overpay for to find out that he really mid. You know what I mean? But Seattle was for real that day, man. Listen, nobody was going to beat them that day. I don't care who they played.
Hey, Jay, that kickoff return in the beginning of the game was like getting kicked in the balls.
That was crazy.
I think that was over with once they got kicked in the nuts, man. It was over.
That's definitely set the tone. But also, it set the tone, also, Howie Bell, for the next move that happened, which, of course, was Robert Saleh being hired right out the gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Robert Saleh, he immediately got hired by the Titans. Do you like that hire? Do you like that hire, Howie Bell?
You know what, man? I really don't give a damn, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that really strong high on Robert Saleh or the Titans. I ain't been a Titans fan since McNair was around. You know what I'm saying? But I it's cool. It's always good to see somebody get a job. You know what I'm saying? So good. Hats off to him. Wish him luck.
Let me ask you, Mo. What's your take on Robert Saleh getting hired by the Titans?
Well, you know, y'all said it. He was going to get a job somewhere, but everybody was predicting Atlanta, you know, or Baltimore. I didn't see it be in Tennessee, but you know, like y'all said, he got the bum job in New York that every coach should never want because that's just death.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he can turn around there.
Okay. Let me ask D. Jones. What's your take on that, D. Jones?
It's only gonna work if they get OC who can develop Cam Ward because he's not good with quarterbacks. So he can coach defense, but they got to get somebody to help Cam Ward be good, or his career gonna be cut short.
Yeah, I see that thought process. Also, let me ask Jay. What's your thoughts, Jay?
To me, it feels like after a year of seeing Cam Ward, they think they might be back in the draft looking for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Because the easy thing to do if you think you got that guy is to do it like what Jacksonville did for Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? You know, to go get an offensive coach every time. You know, like before this year, they went and got him Doug Peterson. You know what I'm saying? You know, who's a good quarterback coach. So Jacksonville has hired consecutive offensive coaches to develop that quarterback that they believe in. So given that the defense is the only positive side that you can point to for the Titans, they're saying we're going to go all in on the defensive side of the ball. We can get somebody, to see what happened with Cam because we don't know if he's good or if he's not good. But we got to go with where we know we got talent for real. So it tells me that Cam might be a backup in 3 years.
Or two. Yeah.
Right.
Or two. Howie Bell. Now we got to talk about the last game. We got to talk about the Rams versus the Bears. And we got to tell everybody what we thought because the Rams versus the Bears seems like it was also one of the most exciting games of the weekend too. Got to say that too. What was your take on this? Your walk away from Rams versus the Bears, Howie Bell?
I saw Puka Nacua go down and make a block so cold he took out 2 defensive players. I'm the wide receiver right eventually, but I tell you this, man, I'm so impressed by the Rams and all the little things that they do, including Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is the most winningest coming back quarterback. Not Caleb Williams, brand new. He's Johnny come lately. It's Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford been coming back I think he is the most comeback or fourth quarter comeback person that's playing at least right now. But it could be in history. I don't know. But so my thing is, man, I knew the Rams was gonna win. I was in Chicago watching that game. I felt so bad for the people I was with. But because they made me actually for a minute be like, oh, okay, the Bears look like they're gonna, especially Caleb throwing that amazing run back 20 yards behind him and turn around pass for a touchdown. That was some John Madden video game shit.
Yeah, that was
the play of the weekend. Honestly, that was the play of the weekend.
Yeah, it was the play of the weekend. And so if they would have won the game off of that, I wouldn't have been mad either. You know what I'm saying? I've been like, that was incredible. That would have just made them. The Bears fans would have been, no pun intended, but unbearable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Had that happened, you know what I'm saying? Like they would have, because they was already bear shit everywhere. Everywhere I went in Chicago, I was there for 4 days. Everywhere I went, it was all bear down, bear down. I said, God damn. And where I was staying at, I was right down, not even a mile away from Soldier Field. So it was crazy how that worked out. But I say this, man, the Bears are not going to have this season next year. They're going to be on everybody's radar, and their schedule is going to be hella tough. So look out, Bear fans. You might be bear down all the way down in a minute. But the Rams can play against Seattle. So I thought that game was meant for the Rams. They had to go. So here we go, on to the NFC Championship. And I think this is going to be a hell of a goddamn game. It could go either way, but I think that Seattle's going to pull it off.
Mo, what's your take, bro?
I think it was a hell of a game. It was a great game. Everything that went down, I just can't remember half of it because I was in here smoking weed. And I just can't remember half of the stuff that happened this weekend. But I know I saw a lot of football, and it was a good game. But seriously, though, like I say, the Rams are the Rams. And that game coming up against them in Seattle, they're going to show who they are. Either they are or Seattle are. That's it right there. You know, say cut and dry. This is like both of them teams are doing their thing. But the Rams have been doing this consistently, and Stafford ain't new to it, baby.
Okay. D Jones, give me your thought process on this, bro.
Puka Nacua takes the same substance Michael Irvin takes, and then he goes plays football. Man, that Hawaiian is amazing, bro.
He is.
Secondly, I'm from Detroit. I had to watch a lot of Lions games, and Matthew Stafford can throw the ball. I had Tom Brady on my team, the GOAT, and he can throw the ball. I've never seen a throw like Caleb Williams threw to get it to overtime. That might have been the greatest throw I ever seen. And I know Howie is preying on our downfall, but in reality is Chicago, Caleb, and Ben Johnson about to run the North for a few years.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fugazi.
I think so too.
Okay.
I think so too. But
Flash in the pan.
all right, we'll see. We'll
All right.
see. Yeah, we will see. Jay, talk to me, man. Give me your Rams Bears takeaway.
I really didn't watch the whole game. I mean, I started watching like in the fourth quarter because I forgot the game was coming on, you know, because I was out running around doing different stuff. The Bears definitely played better than I expected them to. I mean, because I thought the Rams would come in and probably beat them by like 9-10. You know what I'm saying? And I thought the Bears, you know, would hang around early and then get knocked out late, and they took it to overtime. And that Caleb throw was like redunculous. I've never seen anything like that. And then, you know, but then I felt terrible for him because he played so well, and for the game to end the way that it did.
Right.
Like that was, you know, that was tough. And as for the Rams versus the Seahawks, that's a division game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they, you know, they're familiar with each other. So the edge to me goes to the Seahawks because again, that 12th man is real in that stadium.
You know, I have to agree with your statement, Jay. I think so. But I will say this too. Let me just throw this out there too. I've never seen a quarterback run the opposite way and turn around and throw it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you know,
Only on the video game.
Yeah, and not to mention,
but in fairness, if you're used to doing pirouettes, you can do that.
yeah. I will throw this out there too. Let me throw this out there too. I literally was thinking while he was doing it, while the play was happening, I was like, this is about to be one of the worst things that ever happened to him. And then my mind flipped as soon as he obviously that wide receiver caught the ball. I was like, okay. So that made him look good. It looked like
He threw a rainbow.
Yeah.
How did the DBs let him get separation like that in the end zone?
He pushed him.
Yeah, that was
He did. He did. I remember that. That's right, DJ. He did push him off.
Yeah, he did. But that happens in the playoff. Let me ask you guys this last question because I'm looking at the time. You know, we did all the games, and before we do I think we're going to do the games review this weekend. I think we're going to do this weekend's games tomorrow's show. But let me ask you this, man. Eric Bieniemy, Howie. Eric Bieniemy is now back as the offensive coordinator for. Well, I think it's finalized. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, I think it's finalized. But Eric Bieniemy is back as the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, he went around the league for a little while. You know, it's great that he's back. He was he had a stint with UCLA and Washington Commanders in 2023, and then he, as we all know, he spent 10 seasons with Andy Reid in Kansas City. He's now back as the offensive coordinator. What's your thoughts on him coming back as offensive coordinator, number one? And let's not forget the Kansas City Chiefs have a high draft pick who I think they're going to get a wide receiver, somebody who's really fast to help them out and to help him move his scheme along. Let's not forget also with the wide receivers they also have on their, you know, on their roster right now. Howie Bell, what's your take?
So you mean to tell me that it was what 7 or so head coaching jobs open and beat Eric Bieniemy couldn't get one of those?
Nope.
He got to go back to being an offensive coordinator.
He was running backs coach this year.
Yep.
Dog, this dude has been coaching for so long. You know what I'm saying? Especially under Andy Reid, like you said, 10-year stint with him, now back with him as offensive coordinator. He still wasn't good enough to get one of those head coaching jobs? I'm just asking. Anyway, so for him to go back there, obviously Andy Reid knows he's a goddamn good coach and a play caller.
Yeah. Yep.
and he misses them,
Yeah.
and he need them back.
Yep.
So my thing is that guy could have been the head coach. All these jobs open this year, I don't like the way that looks, man.
Okay, let me ask you, Mo. What's your take on Eric Bieniemy coming back?
Well, they had to do something, and just go back and they wanted to take. I remember the Giants did it with Steve Spagnuolo.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Super Bowl, left. I think he went to the Rams. Actually, went to the Rams. Coached for a while, bummed out, didn't get nothing. Came back, won another Super Bowl. So it can work. Let's just see what happens.
D. Jones, what's your take?
My take is, and let me ask Mo this. Mo, it's real funny how we talk about Robert Saleh and Eric Bieniemy, but they ain't bring up the Celtics getting their ass whooped last night. I just want to say that.
We gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
We gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
We gonna bring it up.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, we
No, he
was.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
I think he might actually be Andy Reid's successor the next year or two, because Andy Reid got high cholesterol and he 80 years old. So in a minute, he gonna have to hang him up, and he might get his head coaching opportunity. Which
I hope
think
so. If it works out like
so,
that, that'd be dope.
I think rightfully so. It should be with Kansas City, and I hope that happens for him, because him and Mahomes, man, they're a cold tandem right there.
And let me ask you, Jay, this question. So I could literally get to that Detroit and NBA. I was trying to get to the Pistons game and Jimmy Butler.
We don't need to talk about the NBA. Ask him the question about Eric Bieniemy.
The Knicks. We talking about the Knicks?
I ain't talking about. Yeah, we were talking about the Knicks. Go ahead, Jay. What's your take on this Eric Bieniemy situation?
So let's play back the last 2 years. And this year, no playoffs. The year before that, they got mollywopped in the Super Bowl by the Eagles. And Eric Bieniemy, he left, what was it, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
3.
Okay. Now, he may be the secret sauce. He may have that mentality that he brings to the entire offense, because one of the knocks on him was that he was just too intense. He was too harsh.
Yep.
You know how he dealt with players, even though he was highly successful in Kansas City. Well, one of the things about KC, especially the past 2 years, they look soft out there. They look baby poo soft this past year. So maybe that's why Andy brought him back, because he needs Eric's mentality to reinfuse that offensive side of the ball to get them back to playing Kansas City type football.
Great points, because everybody was saying they ran him out of town because he was too hard. Great points. Howie Bell, because Jay and a couple people think I wasn't going to talk about it, and I was going to talk about Jimmy Butler first, but let me squeeze this in for D. Jones, because I like D. Jones. I like D. Jones because I like the way he nags me. Talk to me about this Detroit Pistons basketball, how you and D. Jones must be feeling great about now. With Detroit, really, they definitely put their stamp on being number one in the East right now. They definitely did. With that win, with that 1 point win, I give you that. Oh, let me just bring in White Chocolate so he can jump in he get the last point in this. Give me that thought on this, D. Howie. Give me that, Howie.
Well, it doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 100. A win is a win. So don't try to be petty and talk about 1 point.
I'm gonna be petty, Howie.
So let me just say this: the Detroit Pistons are going to the NBA Finals, and we may be the only team that can take the West. And I'm really confident about that. And I'm liking what I'm saying, man.
I think y'all need a little bit of help. Y'all need to just make a trade before the trade.
I don't know. I think they got I think they got enough.
All right, we'll see. Look at the time. Let me keep going. Mo, what's your take on Detroit beating the
I don't give a piss about the Celtics or the Pistons. Move on to the next person. They got more shit to say than me.
This is what happens when you lose by 30.
Damn right. The only time Frank count points is when his team lose. And the other time, a win is a win.
Yeah.
Spare me the bullshit.
Shut up, Mo. Mo made his point, but his team lost by 30. So, yeah, I'm counting them points. D. Jones, now's your chance, boy. Detroit basketball. Let me hear it. D. Jones, what you doing, bro? What you doing, D. Jones?
All right, so listen. let me say this. We do need some shooting. We can't shoot a lick, but we can play defense. And defense won that game. I will say this. Jaylen Brown's a bad man, bro. He top 5 American-born player. It's got to be him, Maxey, Cunningham, and Anthony Edwards. But them the top 5 American-born players right now and currently. And I just can't believe we only lost 10 games still. Like, it's amazing to me. I don't know who we going to trade, but hopefully it improves us and doesn't take chemistry away. But, hey, man, we the beast of the East. The Pistons won again. Shout out to us.
Jay, give me yours. Give me your take.
BTA, baby. BTA. I love it.
It was up. Here we go.
BTA belt to ass.
Here we
Every
go.
time the Celtics lose, it is a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
I'm getting ready to cut Jay short.
And the Knicks have lost
It's a
35
wonderful
straight
day in the
games.
neighborhood.
I'm getting ready to cut Jay short. Jay, White Chocolate's joined the show. White Chocolate, give me your last couple of thoughts, man, so we get ready to get up out of here.
All right, so let me. I have a couple. The Detroit game in the first half, I only watched the first half and then I went to bed. The Celtics were horrible in the first half. The turnovers were frustrating. As soon as I saw the dude run towards out of bounds and throw the ball backwards and they got it, I was like, game over. They're not going to win. Mo, thanks for the shout out. I was listening. I heard you loud and clear about the scripting. It's never going to stop. And and listen, I heard you guys talking about if the Patriots lose to Denver, that I'm going to be hosting the show and Frank and D Jones are not going to be here. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to be here either because you remember the unknown comic, the guy with the bag on his head? That's who's going to be hosting the show, the unknown Patriots fan, because I don't plan on being here either.
Hey, listen, y'all better come
I have
in,
the
man,
bag
because
to
listen,
prove
man,
it.
we
I
gonna
have
host
the bag.
regardless. And if
I
you're
have
here to
the
defend
bag.
yourself,
Frank has seen the bag.
The scary thing is that there's a lot of people betting on the Patriots. That's why I'm scared. You know, and we've seen this season when a lot of people are betting one way, the team that they're not betting against wins.
Yeah.
That's what's scaring me.
Hello.
Hey,
listen,
you
all
keep
I'm saying
saying
is
that,
y'all better
White
come in and
Chocolate.
defend yourselves if you lose, man, because we're going to go ham.
Y'all
better
think,
not lose
y'all think
this
it's
one.
scripted. Y'all think they want Jared Stidham in the Super Bowl? Come on.
It ain't about wanting him in the Super Bowl. It's about the money. If we
Right.
don't go off of what White Chocolate has been saying all year, Stidham is
Listen.
going to win.
They'll make
Listen,
more money.
listen,
They'll
the
make
N-
more
the
money
NFL
between Drake
the NFL
and
is not
Matthew
shy.
Stafford.
The NFL is not shy of putting Denver in the Super Bowl. They've
Yeah.
done it a number of times.
Story franchise,
They
man.
will do it
They
again.
had a Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Don't
Yeah,
matter.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does. All right, let's get ready to roll up out of here because I'm already 3 minutes behind the time, and I got a screening to go to, man. I'm gonna tell you all about the movie tomorrow. Actually, I'll text y'all. I'm going to see Mercy tonight. I'm looking forward to that. So, Howie Bell, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro.
You can always follow me at Howie Bizzell, HOWIEBIZZELL, or Howie Bell, and I'm going to be in New York this Thursday with a special show, man, bringing Tony Woods to Howie Bell and Friends. Y'all come check us out, man.
Mo, tell everybody how they can follow you.
MOE_comic on Instagram, Maurice Smith on Facebook. I just want to say my schedule changed. So this is going to be my last appearance for a little while because it allows me to do more work in the comedy club. So I'm able to do that. So I got to move on in order to move on, if y'all know what I mean.
Yes,
I
sir.
hear you.
Get your D Jones.
Follow me at 313 D Jones. And
D Jones.
Pistons won again.
D Jones. You from my last name, D Jones. I'm about to text you, D Jones, a whole bunch of Celtics memes.
Do that shit.
And that's
Be
still my
y'all
word.
too.
Jay, tell everybody out there how they can follow you.
At JD Hayes, the fan base, man. We out here.
There it is. And White Chocolate.
Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube.
So tomorrow's show, we're going to be back at 5 o'clock. Tomorrow, we have to talk about the NFL games that we are going to review that's happening for the AFC side and the NFC side. We also got to talk about the big injury that happened with Golden State. We got to talk about a couple of other NBA news. We got to talk about potential NBA trades. We got to also talk about some of these bold takes that some of these writers are writing, and it's blowing my mind on some of the things that they're saying. I didn't get a chance to get to that today. I'm sure you guys are going to all Google it tonight, and we could probably all have another conversation about it tomorrow. And there's some crazy takes out there that's scaring me because I think some of them might happen. You know what I mean? I'm really concerned that some of them might happen. Anyway, Y'all, the name of the show is called Box Seats. That's Howie, that's Mo, that's D Jones, White Chocolate, Jay. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for sharing.